There are times when you are developing a gCADPlus symbol, a new one, where you might want to apply shadowing for better definition. The shadow command is found on the gCADPlus drop-down menu. Here it is. If I select it, the prompt says select objects. Note that it's plural. So what we can do is take and wrap a box around all of the objects in the design, hit the enter key. We then ask for a shadow angle or first point for the shadow. We'll say we're going to shadow at 45 degrees down or minus 45. Hit the enter key and we now ask for a length. Perhaps the easiest way to do this is to dynamically indicate a length. So I'll click near I'll zoom right in, I'll click near the edge of the leaf in this symbol and then the second point. So I'm going to make a shadowing the length I'm just about to indicate, and there it is. So notice that shadowing is put over all of the entities in the group, and that's a far quicker way of applying shadowing. You might, as you zoom out, and say to yourself, well, that shadowing effect isn't quite what I want. Let's repeat it. So repeat shadow, we'll do it from further out and hit enter, same angle, and for our length we'll click and make our length much longer, and there we have a much more dramatic shadowing effect. So do experiment with that shadow tool to provide and create symbols such as this one, which have a lot more definition. The shadow effect is automatically placed on a line L plant shadow, so we can, if we want, simply turn it off and your symbol returns to normal. Let's turn it back on. And we're done. And there's a more elaborate symbol than the ones that we supply with gCADPlus. So we'd encourage you to make your own in that way. You may not like the effect that we're seeing here with the shadow, which has a border on it, and the border color is by layer. So you might wish to change that to 250, and as we unselect all, see we've now got a black line around there, or you could have no shadowing. So there's if you don't like those sort of white lines that you see, they can be easily changed or removed entirely. So there's a lot you can do with a gCADPlus symbol. The more, of course, you add, the larger the file size is. I'll just increase the width of the command line for the moment, and I'll type the shortcut FS for file size, and you can see, well, that is still 21 kilobytes. That's still a tiny symbol, and far smaller than any symbol that you'd find with that level of definition in the AutoCAD environment. So we've covered a little bit of ground there. Hope you find that useful.